Look, if you believe the Cleveland Browns are just having another normal offseason, you need to wake up. Right now, behind closed doors, Jimmy Haslam is watching his head coach completely fumble what could be the franchise's best quarterback opportunity in years. And I'm telling you, this isn't just another press conference controversy. This is the kind of moment that ends coaching careers. When Shedeur Sanders stood in front of reporters and said he believes he could start for most NFL teams, that wasn't arrogance. That was a franchise quarterback showing the exact mentality you need to succeed in this league. Confidence, preparation, readiness, and Kevin Stefanski's response? Basically nothing. Cold shoulder. Moving on. Like Sanders just said something completely irrelevant. That right there should tell you everything about where this organization's head is at. And trust me, Haslam noticed. Sources close to the situation say Haslam isn't just disappointed. He's legitimately angry because what Stefanski did in that moment wasn't just dismiss a comment. He dismissed the future. He showed everyone watching that he's more interested in protecting his system than developing elite talent. More committed to playing it safe than actually winning. And for an owner who's already fired multiple coaches for way less, that's a massive red flag. Here's what makes this whole thing so frustrating. Shedeur Sanders has done absolutely everything right. He's been professional. He's stayed patient. He hasn't caused any drama or demanded anything. He's just sitting there working, preparing, being exactly what you want a young quarterback to be. Meanwhile, the coaching staff treats him like he's invisible, like his confidence is somehow a problem instead of exactly what this team needs. That's backwards. That's broken, and that's why people around the league are starting to wonder if Cleveland even knows what they have. The reality is simple. Stefanski has built a reputation for being measured and controlled, but measured is starting to look a whole lot like scared. Controlled is starting to feel like stuck, because while he's busy protecting Joe Flacco and running the same predictable offense, the rest of the NFL is evolving. Rookie quarterbacks are getting thrown into action earlier than ever, and they're succeeding. CJ Stroud in Houston, Anthony Richardson in Indianapolis, even Bryce Young got his shot in Carolina. These teams understand that development happens on the field, not on the sideline with a clipboard. Cleveland is doing the opposite. They're letting talent sit and rot while they cling to veterans who aren't the long-term answer. And look, nobody's saying Flacco isn't a solid veteran. He is, but he's not the future. Shedeur Sanders is. And every week that passes without giving him real opportunities is a week wasted. It's a week closer to him getting frustrated, a week closer to other teams circling, because make no mistake, if Sanders hits the market, there will be a line of franchises ready to take a chance on him. The Raiders would call tomorrow. The Giants would be interested. The Panthers would absolutely listen. These teams see what Cleveland apparently can't. A young quarterback with pedigree, preparation, and the kind of mental maturity that usually takes years to develop. Sanders isn't some wild card. He's not a project. He's ready. And if the Browns are too scared or too stubborn to see that, someone else will gladly take him off their hands. That's the nightmare scenario Haslam is staring at right now. Watching another franchise quarterback walk out the door because his coaching staff couldn't get out of their own way. And if you think Haslam's gonna sit back and let that happen, you haven't been paying attention. This is a guy who's pulled the trigger on coaches mid-season before, who's made bold moves when he thinks the direction is wrong. And right now, everything about Stefanski's handling of Sanders screams wrong direction. But it goes deeper than just one player. This is about culture, about identity, about whether the Browns want to be a team that builds for the future or keeps recycling the same tired approach year after year. Stefanski's philosophy worked at one point, but this isn't that point anymore. The league has changed. The expectations have changed. And if your head coach can't adapt, can't trust young talent, can't even publicly support a quarterback who's saying all the right things, then what exactly is he bringing to the table? The locker room feels this. Players aren't stupid. They see a young guy doing everything right and getting ignored. They see a coaching staff that won't take risks. They see an organization that talks about the future but keeps living in the past. That kills momentum. That kills belief. And in a league where confidence and energy matter just as much as X's and O's, that's how you lose games you should win. Stefanski had a chance to change the narrative. When Sanders made that comment, he could have backed him, could have said something like, "We love his confidence. We're excited about his development. We're building something here." Instead, he gave the media and the fan base absolutely nothing. Just another reminder that this coaching staff isn't interested in bold moves. They're interested in control. control, and control without progress is just stagnation. Now we're at the breaking point. Haslam has seen enough. The patience is gone. The benefit of the doubt has been burned through. And if Stefanski keeps pushing Sanders to the side, keeps running the same conservative playbook, keeps acting like innovation is a threat instead of an opportunity, then his time in Cleveland is done. Not at the end of the season, not after another mediocre year, now. Because here's the thing, this isn't about one press conference, this isn't about one comment, this is about a pattern of playing it safe when the team needs boldness, a pattern of protecting veterans when the team needs youth, a pattern of rejecting change when change is the only path forward. And Haslam knows that if this pattern continues, the Browns will be stuck in the same cycle they've been in for decades. Close, but not close enough. Talented, but not committed. Hopeful, but ultimately disappointing. Shedeur Sanders represents a chance to break that cycle. He's got the talent, the mindset, the leadership. He's everything a franchise quarterback should be. But if the Browns don't act soon, if they don't start giving him real opportunities, if they don't show him that this organization believes in him the way he believes in himself, then he's gone. And when he leaves, when he goes somewhere else and lights it up, Cleveland will be left doing what they always do, wondering what could have been. So what happens next? Does Haslam finally step in and force a change? Does he bring in someone who actually wants to develop young talent? Someone who's willing to take risks and build for the future instead of clinging to the past? Or does he wait and hope things magically get better while the situation gets worse by the day? The clock is ticking. Sanders isn't going to wait forever. The fan base isn't going to stay patient forever. And Haslam sure as hell isn't going to tolerate this dysfunction forever. Something's got to give. And based on everything we're hearing, it's probably going to be Stefanski's job. Because at the end of the day, this is a results business. And right now, the only result Stefanski is producing is frustration. That's not good enough. Not for Haslam. Not for the fans. And definitely not for Shedeur Sanders. What do you think? Has Stefanski lost the room? Is Haslam about to make a move? Should Sanders be starting right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this story is far from over. And if you want to stay updated on every twist and turn in this Cleveland chaos, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because things are about to get real messy in Ohio.